Hello folks, how you all doing? Hope you're keeping well. So there's a slight change to our itinerary regarding videos. I know this video I did say was going to be about finding an axle for Doris the Fulton Watt 6. Unfortunately, I've still not going to be able to make contact with the seller. He seemed to be avoiding me for reasons unknown at this stage. So at the moment, we'll be pressing on and doing stuff with Bernard. So I have some parts in order from Matt Foster at Matador HQ. So until they arrive, we won't be driving it backwards and forwards anytime soon. So fingers crossed next week or so, Matt will get the few bits I've ordered in the post and we will crack on. A question that's been asked a few times is, why does Bernard have sloping timbers on the rear body? Well, the answer is quite simple. Post-service, Bernard was a recovery truck. The rear body was cut down just purely for aesthetics. I think the idea was to make it look more as a purposeful recovery truck rather than a converted military truck into a recovery vehicle. So the tailgate frame would have been removed. The artillery roof would have been removed and disposed of. And I believe Bernard had a Harvey Frost crane. So you can see the rust marks there. Crane would have been mounted on the back there. Also, massive big hefty mountings on the side there. And then even further forward on the chassis. More mounting brackets there. Must be on a hell of a size crane. So that's it. It's a simple reason. I say, the timber work would have just purely been cut back, just to make it look more like a civilian vehicle. More as a sort of purposeful actual recovery vehicle rather than a military truck. More signs there. Big lumps of angle iron. Previous owners just sort of cut off, possibly just for some sort of low recovery hitch on the bottom. Rest assured, the angle grinder will be coming out shortly and those items will be removed. But I do have a question for Matador owners. While uncovering the rear end of Bernard here, I came across these channels. Now they all look original to me, but exactly what they're for, I have no idea. There's one on either side. It's even got some sort of canvas, sort of like a guide for something to slide in there. Like I say, absolutely no idea. Matador owners, if you've come across this, if you've seen, if you know what they are, please let me know. One thing we will be looking at shortly will be timber work. As you can see, Bernard's original timber has seen better days. I'm actually genuinely surprised that the rear body did not collapse on the truck when it was delivered to me. The rot is so extensive. Every single crosshammer, all bar the rear one, which I don't think was original. I think the previous owners put it on there with the tailgate, has completely rotted out. Luckily, these cross members are all available. Matt Foster at Matador HQ, who I've mentioned before, has either remanufactured them himself or he has a company that remanufactures them. So that is going to be a massive time saver. Because there's one good one, I've got one at the back, I could use that as a template, get my own cut. But to be fair, the kind of money Matt was talking about to have the ones replacements, it's just like, it's almost not worth my time and effort making them all up. like I say, the timber work. I'm surprised I've not actually fallen through the floor already. There's been a couple of close calls, I've got to admit that. But plenty of scaffold boards leaning across the top, and also surprised the engine crane didn't fall through. But, you know, needs must. These things have to be done. So there you go. It's a little bit of an insight to Bernard's previous working life. Like a lot of these vehicles, either turn into recovery trucks or timber tractors, some sort of heavy haulage. From what I've been told by the previous owner, Bernard here had been parked up probably due to a head gasket problem. When he bought the truck, the heads had been removed from the engine. Hence why we've had a replacement engine in there. Chassis wise, remarkably solid. Considering the state of the timber, the chassis is just ridiculously good. And the previous owner did point that out to me as well. He said it's like one of the best Matador chassis he's seen. So where it was parked up, I think from memory he said it was in a quarry. So I'm going to assume some sort of a decent bit of sort of hard standing in the quarry, not mud and grass basically, and just help preserve it. But the timber unfortunately has rotted, but I'm pretty confident we can save a lot of the top planks on the side. Certainly the top three on both sides I think is all going to be savable. Maybe the fourth one in a few places, but other than that we'll be cutting them, we'll be splicing them, and we'll be keeping as many original ones as possible. There is also a nice collection of original timbers there, which have been salvaged from a mat that was probably broken or used for a timber tractor. So hopefully they will come in handy again, like I say, just to make up some of the originals. Right, if you can, if I can zoom in far enough to there. Right, when I was talking about the actual extent of the rot, you can just see how the rear body is completely dropped on one side. I rested my hand on it, accidentally balanced, and the thing just collapsed. So it's like I said, I'm so surprised it actually even made it this far on the back of a recovery truck without the body just collapsing. Hence why the roof is now held up, say with acros. As handy as the roof is, it's going to be a bit of a pain just purely because of its size. I.e., I don't have enough room to put it in the garden. God knows how much it weighs. Either way, it's going to be fun finding out. Job done. I'm not going to lie. They put up a fight. They really didn't want to come off. Couldn't undo the bolts. 2-foot knuckle bar on there, just swinging on them. Didn't want to budge. Had to angle grind every single bolt off. Some of them not exactly accessible. And even then what was remained was just rusted in. But they're off. Like someone said, a few spares to put in the shed. Well, that's another day done on Bernard. Haven't done as much as I'd like to today, to be honest, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. It was -5 when I started this morning, but it has warmed up. It's now only -3, so I'm feeling considerably warmer, which is good. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like, please subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.